I'm going to be reading through your paper and giving you some suggestions and feedback. Electric versus combustion versus hybrid cars. Three of them all lined up. Okay. The automotive industry has, like many other fields, been significantly changed as new technologies have been developed. The newest and most popular new technology in the field is hybrid and all-electric cars. Well, is hybrid, when you say the newest, I feel like we need to choose one or the other, or are those the same thing? With the climate getting warmer and warmer, the automotive industry has been pushed to develop cars that are much more fuel efficient by their customers and governments around the world. Yep, this isn't a new thing, though. Oh, I love when people put a nice short sentence in the middle. Car manufacturers have been working in the background to make these electric cars as practical as the modern combustion engine powered models for years. Excuse me. Looks like your period is right after years, but you're also letting us know that came from Berman. And if that's the case, your period's going to go after, because Berman's actually part of that thought there. Excuse me. Tesla, an all-electric car manufacturer, has been in business for 17 years, but has only had a car being manufactured for a couple years and is still showing net losses. Many people welcome the change to electric cars, but there is still some resistance as the technology is still in its early development compared to a combustion engine. Combustion engines have been around since 1859 and have been a crucial part of history, powering all sorts of machinery and vehicles. Okay, cool. So we're moving into some history stuff now. There's resistance. Many people welcome it. There's resistance. Okay. The modern combustion engine has endless uses. It can output a fraction of a horsepower in a lawnmower or power a construction truck needing thousands of horsepower to transport material out of a quarry. The first part confused me. It can output a fraction of the horsepower in a lawnmower. I don't know. I feel like you could say that a little clearer, right? I mean, yeah, sure. A lawnmower needs a little bit of power, but combustion engines can be modified and designed for individual purposes with a crazy number of designs. This versatility has allowed it to be a very popular choice in cars. Well, I mean, the only choice for quite a while, right? God. Okay. With decades of development, it had been developed into a very technical piece of equipment. What does technical mean? There, I don't know. These new technologies have unlocked potential from these engines that come with many benefits, one being the increase in miles per gallon. Absolutely. While performance cars still need to work in this area, what's a performance car? With several questions, I start to think maybe you're writing this more for people who are really in the field, which wouldn't be the worst thing. But also maybe that you just want to reconsider, look back and see what things you need to explain and what things are kind of things that any average person would know. Excuse me. Another benefit of the while performance cars still need to work in this area, commuter cars have been able to easily get 30 to 50 miles to the gallon. Another benefit of the combustion engine, when we have another in there, it tells me we probably need a new paragraph. Another benefit of the combustion engine is its power advantage over an electric car. Electric engines struggle to make the power numbers that a combustion engine can produce. Yep, if we include force induction combustion engines, I have no idea what that is, the gap increases even more. I believe you. A member of the combustion engine team for Jayhawk Motorsports said, while an electric engine is great for acceleration, a combustion engine is the better all-around choice for performance today. Oh, a nice quote. You just need a little comma after said. When your quote doesn't feed directly into your sentence, then you need a comma to kind of show like, hey, here's where my quote's about to start. Like when you do said, comma, remarked, comma. Okay, cool. So that paragraph was about the history of combustion engines and how at this point they still have some advantages. Electric engines have tremendous potential and provide many benefits over combustion engine. While it's still an emerging technology, it has already been able to beat out combustion engine in certain areas. It has the ability to be able to take over the car industry and revolutionize performance as technology grows. I like that sentence too. I don't know why. It has the ability to take over the car industry and revolutionize performance. Probably because revolutionize is such a snappy word. The most prominent benefit of electric engines is the improvements in fuel economy. Electric cars can be 3 to 4 times as efficient as combustion engines, getting up to 130 miles per gallon equivalent. Yeah, I'd like to get in a hybrid. Okay, and higher. This is only going to improve as well. As cars get lighter and the battery and motor technology improves, the MPGe will continue to rise. Okay, I'm kind of wondering why they will continue to get better, but I don't know. I'm curious about that now. This also decreases the cost to fill up, which leads to lower running costs in the long run. You mean electricity is cheaper than gasoline for a combustion engine, I think, but you didn't quite say that. Another huge benefit of an electric motor, is the torque that it outputs. While combustion engines produce more horsepower, electric engines create a massive amount of torque. This allows electric cars to accelerate faster from a standstill. The leader of the electric car team for JAC Motorsports said, another comma, it benefits the 0 to 60 times and even 0 to 100 times, but the benefits are higher in the low end of the speed. Oh, another great quote. In an average car ride, you would see all the benefits, but improvements are needed when the car is put on the track. You would see all the benefits of what? You would see all the benefits of having an electric motor. Okay, both electric and combustion engines have benefits that are tailored around how it is being used. They both fall short in some categories, but together they make up for each other's shortcomings and have the best of both worlds. This is called a hybrid system car. They both have a combustion engine and an electric engine. These hybrid cars have incredible performance by combining the high power output of a combustion engine with the acceleration and torque of an electric motor, allowing the car to jump off the starting block and continue to pull to ridiculous speeds. Ridiculous speeds. Many hypercars use this kind of system to put down incredibly high power numbers, going well into the thousands of horsepower and torque. The all-new something is a perfect example of the advances hybrid systems have made. It is a 3-cylinder combustion engine and an electric engine. The combined output is around 1,700 horsepower and about 2,500 pound-feet of torque. The car has incredible numbers, including the fact that it has room inside to fit 4 people comfortably while still weighing less than an average electric car. Oh, why does it weigh less than an electric car? Is that because the weight of the battery? I don't know. The new combination of motors has allowed the manufacturer to push the limits of 0 to 60 times finally under 2 seconds, like the Gemera. It has allowed these cars to go well over 200 miles per hour without any problem, and some even reaching over 300 miles per hour mark. The 300 miles per hour mark. These numbers are ridiculously fast and will only be improved over time. The word ridiculously really makes me smile, but I feel like it's not super formal. Maybe you could have a more formal way of saying that. In conclusion, a hybrid system is definitely the way to go if you're looking for the highest level of performance. It was agreed on by both members of the Jayhawk Motorsports team, even though they work with different engines, that while all electric cars are not the go-to yet, they will be. Like all hybrid cars, the Genera combines the high horsepower output of a combustion engine and the high torque of an electric motor to make a car that's swift, all the way through from a dead stop to over 200 miles per hour. Whoa, the improvements have also been made to these technologies. The improvements that have been made to these technologies are incredible and only just getting started. All electric cars have only been in production for less than 10 years. Wow, is that true? Okay. And already made all electric cars have only been in production for less than 10 years and already have made a huge impact on car culture and the car's performance. Okay, then here's your works cited, which needs to be on a page of its own, but the stuff that's in there, just from a quick look, seems to be okay from what I can tell in an alphabetical order. Yep, cool. Okay, so what I like about this paper is that your writing is, for the most part, very clear and step-by-step organized. What I'm missing, I need some water. What I'm missing is you bringing this into the larger context of what did you learn about the field of automotive technology from your interview. What is that field like? If that's a field you're interested in going into, what's valued in that field? If you look at your interviews and then you look at the other sources that you used, what are some things they had in common? Like, for example, they would value certainly. I say my example often is that they would value in this field, I would say, kind of daring and like reaching for new things in a way that they don't necessarily feel that way in, the banking industry, and they don't necessarily feel that way in education. That like we need to be a little more careful before we try things out. They don't necessarily feel that way in medicine because there's a lot more at stake than just like this car might not go or it might crash, but the person driving it is like having so much fun they don't care. So some of that kind of stuff. Um, like, what did you learn about this whole world of automotive design? Because I feel like at this point, you've only really told me, like, okay, here's the two different kinds of cars, here's the advantages and disadvantages, which mostly was stuff that I knew as just a random person who, has had friends who had hybrid cars and stuff. But yeah, I would like some more depth about probably not so much about like maybe about how to design cars from consumers, but also how to design cars for racing purposes, for motorsports purposes. What is that world like? What are these people like? What their office is like. I don't know. But some of that kind of stuff would help give you some more depth here. So I hope you will find that helpful.